Hey, what's happening, everybody? It's your old pal Mr. Butter coming back at you. As you can see, fall time is here, and a pair of dunks caught my eye that I thought would be perfect for this time of year. The price seemed really reasonable, so I put an offer out on GOAT and it got accepted. If you're into kicks and you feel like hanging out, then hit that subscribe button. Let's take a look at these dark beetroot dunk lows. Alright, so like we get so often, these dropped overseas. They haven't dropped in the US yet. I put an offer up on GOAT for 120 bucks and it got accepted. Typical retail for dunk lows is around 110 if they're not premium or not a collab or something like that. And I just figured that was a reasonable enough price for a GR dunk to get it early and get this review out for y'all. But anyway, let me know what you all think about the value and if you think grabbing them for 120 seems reasonable or not. Standard Nike box, nothing out of the ordinary there. The tag reads Nike Dunk Low Retro. The color is dark beetroot and burgundy ash. And I believe that they've also released a Dunk High that has the dark beetroot color on it, but I think the base of that shoe is like a gray color. Like we see from Nike and Jordan so often, it seems like they're going heavy with this Bordeaux type color here, and it's perfect for this time of year. I reviewed the cherry wood red Jordan mids, so check that out if you're interested. I think that's a dope pair of mids. But anyhow, to the shoes. Every now and then you order a pair of shoes, and when you get them, you're just disappointed because they didn't turn out as well as what you hoped they would. However, in this instance, I think these look way better in person than what they did in pictures. The first thing that I noticed was for the base of this shoe, I was thinking it was just a standard black base. However, this leather on the base, it's a real deep burgundy color. I'm hoping that in the natural light you can see that, but obviously this color on the top kind of reminds you of Bordeaux or that cherry wood red, but the color underneath is really like a rich wine color or something like that, and I just really like that. I like that it's not just plain black. I think it just looks really rich, and these shoes remind me of cranberry sauce, which is perfect for like Thanksgiving and that sort of thing. And I just think with the fall time coming and all this foliage and everybody drinking pumpkin spice whatever, I think these shoes go perfectly for this season. So I think this was a great pickup. I'm hoping these come to the US here soon. This pair actually shipped from Tokyo, Japan. So I have no idea when they're coming to the US. But a lot of times shoes drop early overseas and there's no hype because nobody knows about them, and you can score them at a really reasonable price like I did with these. And sometimes when I get shoes from overseas, they'll come with tags that we don't see in the US. And here I can't tell what this says or what language it's in, but obviously they came from over in Japan. But getting into the review, we got this nice rich, I guess this is the dark beetroot color here on the outsole. Standard dunk outsole. It's the same for lows and highs. Very similar to the Jordan 1 tread pattern, but we got a pivot point in the front, Nike branding at the midfoot, and it's just a really rich color. And then the color of that outsole comes up to meet a bright white midsole with bright white stitching. And I love these hits of white. I really like that they gave us the white swoosh and white laces, white Nike branding. I just think it really pops off of this dark, deep color on the background. But then coming up from that bright white midsole, at this mud guard, we'll take our first look at this dark beetroot leather that we have for all the overlays. It's standard dunk leather. It's nothing that's going to make you think, oh, this is phenomenal. It has a synthetic stiff feel to it, much like most GR dunks. Really nothing too special about it, but it looks great. The stitching matches on all these overlays, so you can see that we've got that on the mudguard, going up the eye stays, and then wrapping around the heel. also at this heel tab, and I like the way that Nike branding pops off of there in white. But we have all that dark beetroot color for the overlays aside from the white swooshes. As mentioned, this was one of my favorite surprises of the shoe, is just that this is not just a black color. It does have a texture on it, and it's really just like a deep plum, dark burgundy wine type color, but it's definitely not black. It has a tint of burgundy to it, but you see that we've got some nice texture on that, both on the toe box and then on the side panels. Hopefully you can see that texture coming through. You can also see it up here around the collar and where we have those classic rows of stitching on the back. The only other color of synthetic leather that we have is this white leather for the swooshes, and I like that contrast. But for the tongue, it's a standard nylon dunk tongue, and that is more of this deep burgundy color that we have for the base of the shoe. But the piping going along the border of it is the dark beetroot color, as is the tag there at the top of the tongue where we get that white contrasting Nike branding. They just gave us some flat white laces, no spares in these, but I really like the way that pops, so I'll just rock them as is. And again, I really like that contrasting Nike branding on the heel tab. The sock liner is that dark beetroot color, and it looks like our insole is the darker color that we have for the base, and it's got some white Nike branding down on that insole. But overall, I just think this is a really good looking shoe. I think they came out really clean. There's not a lot of QC issues or anything. I like the shape of them, and I just think for this time of the year, they're going to be really, really easy to rock, and I'm pumped to have these in the collection. But let me know what you all think about them, and I will catch you on the next one. I'm out.